Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and of course, welcome to another episode of our Red Lawn RP. Now, as you can see, we've got almost all of our trucks lined up here at the house. We've got the F450 Super Duty, we've got the Tundra, we've got the K3500, and of course, we've got our lifted Dodge 3500. Now, I'm making a little bit of a change to the fleet today, and with all of the trucks that are here at the house, and also having the big off-road record down at the shop, I figured it was time to make a little bit of an adjustment to our rig lineup. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, that means that one of our trucks is actually going to get sold and we're going to buy something new, because I wanted to buy something new, but at the same time, I didn't want to keep adding more and more and more trucks, because eventually we're going to end up essentially running out of room if we do that. Launched my drone a little early on that one. Sorry about that, y'all. But let's go ahead and get out of free cam, and we're going to shut this truck down, and we're going to get into the truck that we are going to be selling and trading for a new one. And yes, it is the 3500 long bed. Now, I love this truck. This truck has been awesome. But like I said before, I think it's time to change up the fleet a little bit. Now, when I say change up the fleet, I think we'll probably be sticking Dodge, but it's going to be a little bit of a different kind of engine approach. It's going to be a little bit of a different type of truck style approach. There's going to be a lot of differences here. Now, I'm going to see what they have down at the dealership, going to see what they have in terms of single wheel trucks and dually trucks and stuff like that. We've been running a lot of dualies lately. Like, we have our F350/F450 dually, which that thing has served us super well over the previous weeks and months. That truck has been amazing. That truck, literally, I have essentially no complaints at all. And I think as a build, I really don't want to change it. And that was one of the reasons why, I thought about replacing that truck's spot in the garage, and I was like, I just couldn't bring myself to do it, because I just felt like that truck has, again, not only served us so well, but has done such an incredible job in so many different scenarios that I really couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. And not that there's anything wrong with this truck either, but I definitely figured that I wanted to try a little bit of a different approach to the fleet. All right, as we head into the garage, we're going to go ahead and see how much the salesman is going to give us for this thing on trade-in. Only $35,500? Really? I would say it's worth more than that, but all right, there you go. You can have it. Now, let's go truck shopping. Now, when I said I wanted to stay in that Dodge/Ram, category and lineup, I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. Now, there is the Rebel TRX trim Dodge, and I really like that thing, but I also... When did the dealership get this in? That thing is wild. I'll have to look at that really, really soon, because that thing, I did not realize the dealership got one of those in. This is the type of rig that I am very curious about, though, because this Dodge has a lot of different customization features that you don't really see on a lot of other Dodges. Not only does it have some really sweet customization features, but the sound on it is incredible. And I think, for some of the places that we're going to be going, I'm actually considering the swivel frame version. Let's see how we can build this one up. Now, the swivel frame variant of this truck is not a very common build at all, and as a matter of fact, I personally have never really spent any time building the swivel frame version of this truck. So let's go into the customization, and let's put together an engine package. So I think I'm going to go with the Performance Engine Tune. Gearbox-wise, we're going to go with the off-road tuned transmission, because I have a feeling that we're going to need that for the type of missions we're going to be doing with this thing. Now, we have stock suspension, we have a crawler tune, we have a tow tune, we have a Baja tune, and an all-around YB tune. Now, the Baja tune and the YB tune both sit a little bit back, but I have a feeling that that's due to the fact that we've got dualies on it right now, and that may adjust when we swap it over to a single wheel build a little bit later. So I think what we may do, the crawler one is fairly level, and what I like about the crawler one is the fact that that one I think is going to it's going to apply really well to rescuing vehicles from odd situations, depending on what situations these vehicles may find themselves in. Now, as far as wheel and tire selection goes, it's almost endless. It really is essentially almost endless. And obviously, like I said before, I do plan to run this on a single wheel setup in the back. I know that there's a lot of dually configurations you can run on it, but I really want to try something a little bit different, a little bit out of the norm for what we usually build. I like these ridge grapplers, especially in 42, and granted, I know that the deep dish wheels are a little bit of a different feel, a little bit of a different vibe than what we normally go for, but at the same time, you know, they didn't really hurt us all that much when we were running them on the K3500. Now, we're up to a 45-inch tire now, and 45s are freaking huge. There is nothing small in any way, shape, or form about a 45-inch tire. What is the biggest that this dealership will let us go on these things? You can go up to a 51-inch tire. I mean, just out of curiosity, I want to see. Oh my god. Dude, that's too much. That is too much. At least for me, that is way too much. I mean, even the 45s look incredibly large, but I mean, those dualies, those would look good on like a 39. I mean, and here's the thing, the offset is kind of weird, so getting them to sit where you would want them to sit is a little bit difficult, a little bit tricky. Now, what do we want in terms of, there are the fuel grippers. I'm not sure how I feel about the fuel grippers, though. I mean, I think that this could potentially be a new, like, shop truck, but at the same time, we'll have to kind of figure out what we want it to look like in the sense of turning it into a shop truck. So I think I might actually, these fuel grippers are insanely wide. The boggers look good, but the grippers are just like steamroller wide. Absolutely steamroller wide. Toolbox, roof rack. How does the roof rack look? Ooh, I like the roof rack. We'll put the toolbox in the back, and then we'll definitely do the single wheel bed. And then you can also do, you can do flatbed bars. Oh, dude, the flatbed setup on the swivel frame, that would be gnarly. Although it wouldn't look right unless we did duals. Now, in terms of bumper options, the Kelderman bumper setup is definitely one that would fit this thing really well. This one's a little bit better for off-road, but I think that, I mean, we've still got plenty of tire clearance on the Kelderman bumper setup. Now, let's see how these rear options look, and of course, we're going to be testing out the swivel frame capability once we take it outside the garage. The custom bumper is definitely going to work well for the back, and then, oh, I just realized that the KC daylighters on that roof rack don't really play well with the light bars, do they? Should we do the Royalty Core grill or leave it on the Ram grill? I think I'm going to leave it on the Ram grill for this one because it's a little bit more of like that classic look, a little bit more of like an OEM plus, but then again, when we go into the wheel selection, I mean, these wheels are absolutely massive. They're genuinely enormous. Now, what kind of wheel do we want to run? We've got these on it right now, the Hostile Punishers, but let's see. There's the not the Specialty Forged, sorry, not American Forged, Specialty Forged SF002s. Apparently, I cannot read at the moment, or talk. I like the specialties, though. The specialties just look right. Ooh, the tan with the specialties. There's something really nice about the tan with the specialties. I don't know how it would look on, like, some of the different backdrops, but I think we might have a legitimate, like, winner with that color, because that is not a color setup that you usually see getting used. Let's see what this thing looks like outside the garage, because we may just have our new shop truck here. That sound is incredible, dude. I haven't driven this truck in forever, and let me tell you, the sound makes it all worth it. Like, wow. That sound... Okay, yeah, so now that we're outside the garage, or I should say the dealership, I think it's time to get, like, just a photo or two of this thing for, like, the shop's Instagram page, because, man, it is so worth it. Oh my god. This setup is absolutely gnarly. Like, in every sense of the word. Like, this thing, you want to talk about, like, a top-notch shop truck? I think we might have a proper winning setup with this new shop truck here. I mean, and we haven't even tried out the swivel capabilities yet. When you add the swivel capabilities into the mix, you're dealing with something that is way beyond. Dude, listen to the turbo. Hold on. Listen to that. What? The train horn? Oh, dude, I cannot believe I haven't messed around with this truck before. This thing is so nasty. It's so nasty. Wow. And that train horn sound. I've never even heard that train horn sound before. All right. This is, not only is it maybe the new shop truck, it is the new shop truck. All right. Let's get into the boost. See how it does through the mud. Come on. That went amazingly well. All right, let's see how good that swivel frame does. See if we can flex it up a little bit. Oh, it swivels, all right. That's so weird, because when a truck does that, you think it's broken. But it's, like, not actually broken. And so, like, your brain messes with you. Because it's like, yeah, why is my truck broken? And you're like, I don't know, it's supposed to be like that. And you're like, it's supposed to be like that? What do you mean? But no, that really does wonders for keeping the truck planted on the ground. I mean, literally, in terms of keeping all the, like, all 4 wheels and tires planted on the ground, or all 6 if you're running a dually setup. Stop! That swivel frame absolutely works freaking wonders. Let's see if we can, make our way down off of here without getting into any sketchy situations. I didn't even scrape the bumper coming down that. That is some absolutely wild capability. Like, genuinely gnarly capability. And the beauty of this this suspension setup, the crawler suspension setup, is that you can kind of do a mild mixture of both rock crawling and, you know, higher speed, like, miniature Baja stuff. We need to test this thing out. And, you know, these dudes did say at one point that if I wanted to use the secret rock crawling trail behind their house, I totally could. I just needed to make sure I didn't tell anybody about it. So y'all don't need to tell anybody about this secret trail either. It's fine. All right, let's go on and go back down onto the side of the river. Whoop. You gotta be careful when you're crawling down here, because one wrong move and into the river with you. Up it goes. Oh, dude. It's not only suspension flex, it's swivel flex at that point. Nice and easy. Let's see if we can pick some lines that'll actually allow us to crawl the entirety of this Riverside Trail. Because the Riverside Trail is nothing to sneeze at. I love how you can literally see the garage from here as well. Dude, that swivel frame goes so far to keeping this thing balanced and centered. It looks so weird from inside the cab when it does it. Like, so weird and so strange, but it's arguably even weirder from outside the cab, just because of, like, you know, you see the truck split in half like that, and you're like, it isn't supposed to do that, right? Like, it is broken, right? And then they're like, no, it's not broken. It's supposed to do that. I mean, the salesman did say it was supposed to do that, so I think I can trust him. I mean, I've been dealing with the salesman of that dealership for quite a while now, so if I stopped trusting him at this point, I don't know what I would be doing. All right, now, it actually worked its way along the side of the river really, really nicely. Let's see if we can drop down off of this rock. Ooh, let's put that active suspension to use to kind of help with our approach and departure just a little bit. Scuffing up the bumper, but, you know, the bumper is going to get that from time to time. Now, when you think about how much this truck has going on all at once, I mean, you combine the active suspension lift with the swivel frame capability, this truck really does have a ton of stuff going on at one time. Can we get our tires to catch grip on that rock? Yes, we can. Oh, this angle's gonna be nasty. Come on. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Come on. There we go. That was a bit sketch. Let's try this once again. All right, I'm gonna have to adjust just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Ha-ha! Made it up, no problem. Scuffed up the tailgate, but, you know, I mean, we did buy this thing. It's not a test drive. We bought it. So I don't feel bad about scuffing it up. I'll get one of the guys down at the body shop to fix that up real quick. It'll be fine. No worries. Can it continue, though? I mean, that wall is extremely steep. We're going to have to approach it sideways and then, like, turn into it. I don't even know if that's possible. And technically, at this point, this ain't even supposed to be a trail. Oh, God! Oh, I didn't quite safety tie in time. Let's see if I can safety tie to... Oh, God. Let's see if I can safety tie to one side and just walk it up with... There we go. With a recovery line attached over there. This is getting a little bit crazier than I anticipate. Dude! I'm about it. Just a little bit of a safety winch. Once again, that tailgate is going to have to make a trip to the body shop, but man, apart from that, it is absolutely ripping. All right, can we make it up this? Possibly? Possibly if we aim at it just a little bit better? Can you find just a touch of grip? Nope. Just a touch. There you go. Now, is that enough? A little bit of a safety tie. I am so impressed. I am so impressed. Bro. How much farther does this even... Like, how much farther... Not even does this go, because, I mean, it's technically not even a real trail. How much farther can we even keep this going? I don't know, because it turns into something insanely gnarly right here. I'm just going to have to give it the beans and hope for the best. We're good. Again, this thing's actual, like, departure off of obstacles is absolutely incredible. Like, nothing has, like, especially when it looks like this, has any business being this good at what it does. And the crazy part is, like, all you gotta do to kind of, like, you know, get it back up to speed again is put it back in automatic and kick the clutch, and then it takes off. It absolutely just takes the heck off. Now, we could keep going on down the river, but I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pay a visit to the shop, and thankfully the guys in the body shop are actually working today, so we can get the back of the tailgate fixed up, and it's honestly gonna need some bumper work as well at this point. And then after we do that, we can make our way back to the house. We'll park it up, and then we'll see if we can put this thing to work, both as a shop truck and as potentially a wilderness rescue vehicle. Now, hopefully the Ford doesn't get too jealous, because if it does, well, we might have to make some adjustments there. All right, let's go ahead and back you on in. Hey, we actually should bring the trailer back to the house, though. The fact that we haven't brought that trailer back to the house yet is kind of a problem. All right, let's get you backed on in. Not bad. And we'll go ahead and shut it down. We'll let him get to work on that bumper. And now it should be good to go. Good as new. All right, now, let's go ahead and back this thing around. We'll hook up the trailer, and we'll head on back to the house just to get everything really, like, pre-set up, staged up, and ready to go for our next mission. So let's go ahead and put that trailer back down, hook the truck up to it. That's actually such a perfect height for that trailer. I had no idea. Hey, there's our heavy wrecker. But I had no idea that this trailer was going to be perfectly matched to the height of this truck. How the heck this trailer is perfectly matched to this truck, I have no idea, but the fact that it is makes me extremely happy. Extremely freaking happy. All right, let's make our way back on into the house, and I just think we're going to have to back this in. We'll park the trailer probably near the side yard, like near the trees, and that should be just fine. God, those brakes are incredibly good. All right, let's angle you back in. Oh, not that much. That was a lot of angle, like a ton. Back it. Oh, my God. Back it in. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put it to the side of this tree, kind of where you guys can see the tire tracks. Got to straighten it out one more time, because once it gets to a certain angle, it starts to get a little upsetty, and once it gets upsetty, well, it's not exactly a good time. And boom, that's like exactly where I wanted my trailer to go. Now all we gotta do is park this thing up with the other trucks, and then we are good. Oh man, I feel like the K3500 and the Tundra are going to be totally fine with having this thing as part of the family now, but I don't know about the Ford. The Ford might be a little upset. Might be just a little bit upset. But, you know, while it was slightly sad that the other 3500, the dually, left the fleet for now, I think that this thing is definitely going to be quite the rig to have, like, not even in replacement of that thing, but, you know, I love experiencing all these different trucks, and I think having the chance to experience this thing, especially in terms of how we can use it in missions, is going to be an absolute blast. But if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.